Welcome to JM with a mic. This has to be the fourth reinvention of this show, and I'm hoping the very last. I am JM. If you don't know who I am, it's alright. A lot of people don't. Just your average gamer, fucking video game nerd, whatever you want to call me. And I started this stream probably over a year ago and have not had a consistent season with it yet. So this is the third or fourth time I'm doing a season one and an episode one at the same time. So this is going to be real interesting. So to kick off this season, I got one of my best boys. We've known each other a long time. He's also on GTA on PS4. We are the Dissonant Few MC on GTA. He is actually my pillbox president right now. It's the one and only immersed unicorn known on PSN, also known in the WWE 2K community as Seth Schmidt. What's going on, Uni?
Fucking jack shit.
Just chilling, right?
As always.
Do you have a lot of anxiety for this first episode?
Well, not really. I mean, back in season 1, part 3, when you were doing interviews, I had a lot of anxiety about that one, but this one not so much.
Yeah, I gotta say I've reinvented this show like 3 times, 4 times at the most, and like every time the format was not exactly, I don't know, exactly right. So this time I'm gonna try to get it right. I'm gonna get a guest star every type of episode. That's what I'm gonna do. Every episode now, from now on, I'm gonna try to do these once a week. I'm gonna put myself on a strict fucking schedule to do this once a week. I'm gonna aim for Wednesday nights. Just gonna say Wednesday nights because, you know, Dissonant Few, well, at least my charter, we meet on Thursday nights, and then you guys are on Friday nights, or is that not official yet?
We have it scheduled for Friday, but we also have the Makeup Monday, so we attended Monday's church last week. All right,
so regardless, Monday and Friday, Thursday, those are all not good days for me. So I'm gonna aim for Wednesdays for this show. That's what I'm gonna try to do. And this show is going to cover a lot of video game shit. Obviously, we're in the Below the Zone community on PSN and Discord. We're also the Dissident Few MC on GTA. And on top of that, we're doing a bunch of shit. We're eventually, I'm hoping eventually we get Red Dead started, because that's something I really want to do. Really want to get Red Dead started. But you know, Uni's doing a big thing for Below the Zone. He is the owner and booker for Outcast Wrestling Alliance. Oh no, Society, right? OWS.
Society.
Yeah. Sorry, I fucked that up. Outcast Wrestling Society on the WWE 2K community. He is streaming that exclusively on YouTube at the moment. You have a set schedule for Wednesdays as well, right? Early in the afternoon though.
For now, it's Wednesdays at 8 p.m., but I would like, if we can get more talent, to eventually maybe have 2 shows, do one like at 5:36-ish, and then have the second one at 8, or maybe even do a women's show earlier in the day.
Right. That makes sense. That's cool. So I think what I'm gonna do then, if you got that shit going on, I don't want to overlap shows. So I mean, if you got that going on, I'll always try to keep these late, and if possible, I mean, if it's cool with you, we could maybe even do like a section of the podcast where we just like kind of try to get OWS some views and go over some of the shit that happened on those shows.
Yeah, I'm down for that. You read my mind.
Yeah, I know, I beat you too. I saw you were typing and I already had it copy and pasted. I also put it on my Instagram. I don't know if you want to do that too, but I was gonna do my Twitter, but I don't even know if anybody on my Twitter would even give a fuck, honestly. But anyway, let's get right into it. It's been a long time since I did one of these. I didn't even check the dates of the last videos because I deleted them. But it's been months.
I think it said 3-4 months somewhere in there. When the
3 or
last one
4
I
months
looked
ago.
at. Yeah.
So before the new year, that's for sure. And a lot has happened in 4 months. And I don't want to completely go into the subject just because of you know, agreements with certain people and don't want to disrespect certain people just out of the fact that I don't know, it's a very complicated situation. So I'm going to go into it, and Uni can kind of definitely relate because he was involved in all of this, and we're gonna keep it. I guess we'll just keep it to the facts, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna stay to the facts. So obviously, the last time, for those of you that are listening and actually have listened to the show before, and regardless if the episodes have been deleted or not, if you know who we are as the Dissident Few and know the characters that are inside the Dissident Few, then that means you know on GTA we used to be part of a club called Satan's Henchmen, and we guys like me were part of that club for almost 2 years. Guys like Uni, he was part of that club for a year or more. We were involved in that in a long time. That was pretty much our identity for a very long time when it came to the GTA MC community. Obviously, we're no longer part of that anymore, and if you even went further to investigate, you would notice that that club doesn't even exist anymore, and we'll just keep it at that. Circumstances just came about where guys like me, Uni, and another member of ours, Lumber, we were trying to, find other things to do to, I don't know, work on in our spare time. And we came up with a concept called Below the Zone. The original concept of this was just to be a stream team for Twitch, a way to support one another in each of us having our own Twitch streams, but then also rotating to use the Below the Zone account to promote us as well. And, this was taken by Satan's Henchman Management to be a conflict of interest, which we disagreed in the matter. And as much as we fought, scratched, and clawed to be part of that community and remain part of that community, it was just a obviously strong difference in opinion with the matter. So what in essence ended up happening was, I'll say I was definitely the first one to kind of be, I felt like, pushed out because I wanted to remain part of that community, but also I wanted to be able to work on Below the Zone. I pretty much was given an ultimatum and made the decision that I felt like was best for me, and I stuck with the decision to not be bullied in a sense, and wanted to remain with my Twitch concept. After that, probably, I don't know how long you think, Uni, you were given, like, you and Lumber were given like less than 24 hours, right, before you guys got approached in the same type of context.
I think you left on the Friday, and then we had an emergency meeting the day after.
No, it was that night. It was literally less than an hour after I left.
So
There
it
was
was
a
that.
meeting.
Okay,
I
it
was
was
not
that
part
night
of
then.
because I missed both meetings. So, but
Okay.
I got
So
hit up. I
then,
got hit
yeah.
up by so many individuals about the meetings that I felt like I was there.
I want to say for me, it was maybe 4 or 5 hours after the emergency meeting.
Okay. And Lumber was pretty much in that same time period, right?
Within 12 hours of me leaving.
So,
or vice versa. Somewhere in there.
And then pretty much what happened after that was there was one more meeting, which was actually the scheduled church of Satan's Henchmen. And then that, in essence, was the last ever church of that club ever. And the club was closed the next day after that church, or the next morning after that church. And there was a lot of members left out in the cold with no idea where to go from there. And I was pretty much, hit up immediately. I mean, as collectively, we all just kind of got into a group chat. I mean, me, you, Lumber, and the rest of the first 9, and we formed Dissident Few inside of a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe
that's
like 3, 4, 5 days. Something like that.
Yeah. So that's what we are now. A lot of change. So with that being said, I mean, when I say like a lot of changes, like for me, I worked very hard in Satan's Henchmen, and I was very proud of what I did in Satan's Henchmen, and not just as a GTA MC, also as a gaming community in general. I felt like I was the spearhead of the Satan's Henchmen gaming idea, which was like an off-brand, pretty much allowed us to brand ourselves out onto other platforms and other games if we wanted to, and at the end there, I just felt like we were in a really good spot to really become a real brand, and hopefully eventually becoming an actual company. That was really my goal with all that. It ended way too soon, in my opinion. I wasn't given enough time to really show what we were capable of, I feel like. But in the end, I guess the real truth of the matter was I didn't have any ownership over the name. I didn't have any ownership over the logo. I didn't have any actual freedom or control in anything to do with anything else besides like what my role was. I mean, at times I was given access to social media, but I never found interest in it, and also I never was given access to help with like creative and like the web design or anything like that. So I guess looking back at it, it was a good thing. I mean, the death of Satan's Henchmen, what it in essence did was actually create 2 clubs. I'm not going to mention the other one out of respect for a mutual agreement I made. But with the creation of Dissident Few, what I'm really happy with is it's given me my own freedom to do what I want, when I want, how I want. And the people that I work with, Uni being a crucial part of that, on top of Lumber and Lemmy, Maple. I could shout out all the guys right now. Juice is definitely a big part of why we're here, and even like BDT and 30 and am I missing anyone? Recon, there's a bunch of guys. Cash is a big one. Aaron's been a great addition, and Mike. I don't want to leave anyone out, but just to get through it, everyone's been.
Mike was the last one.
Yeah, everyone's been a great support system for me, just because I never wanted to be in something that I just ran myself and just told everybody what to do, because I'm not that type of guy. In essence, I just want something that I can have a conversation with people and everyone gives me their opinion, and then we fairly vote on everything. But when it comes to like the social media aspect of everything, the website and all that, everyone's given me everyone's put complete faith in me with everything, even though there's multiple people that have access to those accounts. And I gotta say, I appreciate the fact that I'm allowed to have the trust of my my brothers, and they trust that what I do is gonna be the right thing. So that's the coolest thing about being in this club versus our experience with Satan's Henchmen. So, the question I really have for you is like your comparison to, I mean, not trying to bash St. Centurion because I feel like that's really where our roots are. But I mean, really, what do you feel where you are now compared to then?
Well, I mean, the main thing for me with this club is the lack of limitations. Like, I'm not being limited to just doing this and this and this and this. Where for here, I can do this, but to this extent. Like, I could be in a car in an open lobby sometimes when I'm doing, like, when I'm not with everybody else in the club. I could be in a car doing, like, CEO shit and a bunch of other limitations. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, that brings up a good topic. I mean, a controversial one too when it comes to inside the MC community, just because we're a lot different than a lot of clubs in the sense that we don't rock a 1% diamond anymore, and automatically when people see that, they just assume that we're a 99er club. Yeah. And I don't like that. I don't like that definition just because I don't know. 1% is I was part of a 1% club for 2 years. St. Centurion was a diehard 1% club. And at the end there, though, it just seemed like we were just always constricted to invite only lobbies, and we could never just go out and associate with other clubs, and we didn't have the freedom to do this or that, the other thing. And then on top of that, Rockstar adds all these crazy things to the game. Even if you want to make money, you got to do all these crazy things. Right. So I think the biggest thing for like development of Dissident Few was truly honor the Dissident name. And, you know, for a lot of people out there might not know the definition of dissident, but pretty much the definition of dissident is to go against what typical tradition is. And I was just, you know, we just kind of came up with that name, and then after that it kind of became the way we are. We really are truly dissident. Not saying though that, you know, you come and attack us in public lobbies and, you know, you're a straight 1%er club and you come attacking us with an AR. We're going to attack you the way you attack us. We're a shoot second club. We're not just going to go out there and fuck with people. That's not us. We're a chill club. But we're not 1%er. But we're also not 99er until someone wants to go 99er on us. So it's like the way you treat us is the way we're going to treat you. It's kind of like our whole concept with the Dissident Few. And also to allow our patch members to go out and freely make money. If they want to run their businesses and do these heists and these new facility heist setups that are in public lobbies and things like that, and they get thrown into different things, and they don't want to have to worry about being portrayed one way or the other. Well, that's what we are. We're an MC that for as much as possible, we are an MC, but we're not going to let every other club dictate how we should be and who we should be. That's just not how we are. I'm getting to the point now with the way Rockstar has made the game. It's to the point where it's almost like Rockstar is against the whole 1%er MC community, just because everything they've added into the game is like total opposite of the way the 1%er mentality is. And I don't know about you, Uni, but I just don't want to be like not being able. I don't want to be able to not be able to enjoy the game because of, you know, certain rules that we're locked under.
True. That's why I'm glad we're not a strictly 1%er or a strictly 99er club because of limitations. Well, 1%er for limitations, 99er, at that point, I just feel like there's no need to be in a club.
Yeah, that was my thing with 99er. I don't understand 99er clubs simply to the point where it's like, At a certain point, what are you even an MC for? I mean, as far as we are, yeah, we're not a 1%er club, but we still are always in cut when we're in lobbies, and unless a mission or something like that dictates us not to be, we're always on our bikes. And like I said, if we're being attacked with ARs, we're going to attack you with ARs. But as soon as somebody attacks us with something else, we're going to level the playing field. We're not going to try to sit there and get our ass whooped. I'm done with that. And that was the one thing I noticed about since we formed. I feel like some of those try hard fuck boys that always fuck with us. The first time we ever got into a battle with somebody that was like true 99 or a true try hard. Once we fought them with what they were fighting us with, they didn't like that too much, and those fights didn't last that long.
True.
So that's what I found real funny. It's like, it's real easy to blow people up with a rocket launcher. But when you're going after an MC just because they're an MC, thinking they're not going to fight you the way you fight, that's a bitch move right there.
True.
But yeah, that's pretty much an update on everything that's been going on, man. I don't know if there's anything else we're missing here. Unless you want to talk more about Outcast Wrestling Society. We got you said every Thursday, every Wednesday. You want to do how many shows on Wednesdays? 2?
I eventually have 2, possibly 3, if we get a bigger roster. Like, because I want to eventually branch out and do a female-only show, maybe like a super heavyweight show, and then a light heavyweight cruiserweight show. So like the cruiserweights aren't getting like majorly demolished by the super heavyweights.
Well, that's an interesting concept because it's like almost you're starting like almost like a your own MMA like brand because it's like by weight class. Like that's a show per division almost.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. The other big thing Below the Zone's got going on though, our Man League's getting pretty intense. It's probably the best Man League we've been in since Man 19's come out. We are almost in the playoffs. And I'm in a great spot. I'm the New England Patriots. And I'm undefeated.
Obviously.
I'm undefeated. Cash is in a great spot. He's only lost twice. And I haven't seen Aaron's record. I think he's only lost twice too. But, there's at least 3 of us that I know are definitely going to the playoffs. 2 of them are in the NFC. If I make the AFC playoffs all by myself, though, I mean, that's just a straight shot to the Super Bowl at this point. I doubt I'll lose against the fucking computer.
True.
If I do, I'll fucking break a controller or something. I swear to God. Oh, yeah, what do you think about the Conor McGregor retirement? That's a headline right now.
I'm just waiting for him to show up at Mania.
You think he'll go to the WWE? Really?
I mean, Ronda did.
Yeah, true, but, I mean, there was a lot more time in between Ronda's retirement and WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to do, like, the whole, I'm gonna get up in the ring and do a whole match kind of thing. I feel like if he does show up at this Mania, he's gonna be, like, brought into the ring by probably Ronda.
Do like a Mayweather Big Show spot like back in the day.
Maybe, or even like, how Rock pulled Ronda into the ring, and then she judo through fucking Triple H. I feel like a spot like that with him would be pretty fucking cool.
That's a possibility too.
Like The Rock versus Conor McGregor at fucking whatever the next pay-per-view is.
Well, with that being said, I mean,
just an option.
No, what I'm going to say is, though, with that being said, Conor is not the only major personality from sports that retired this past week.
True.
Rob Gronkowski, 3-time Super Bowl champ with the New England Patriots, tight end, also retired, and he actually has ties to the WWE. So what do you think about?
I was gonna say, what wasn't he the one that jumped the barricade and the security guard freaked the fuck out?
Yeah, he's already been in a WrestleMania. So what's your
he could show up at Mania.
Yeah, what's your idea with that?
Maybe he'll be one of those surprise entrance into like the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. For fuck's sakes, can't talk. I think that would be pretty cool. Or maybe
that would be very
team up with Mojo Rawley. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know if they would actually even have him show up at Mania. Maybe the following Raw or SmackDown. I don't even know what Mojo is nowadays. I haven't been keeping up.
He's been sitting in a dark room, looking into a mirror, talking to himself.
You gotta think though, even if he's not even on air, that someone backstage has been in his ear. Like, have you talked to Gronk? Have you talked to Gronk? Have you talked to Gronk?
Probably Vince at that point. Maybe Triple H.
Especially after this week. Well, Triple H was born and raised in New Hampshire, and now he resides in Connecticut. So this motherfucker has just always been in New England. And I know he's a diehard Patriots fan, and he's been hyping up Gronk coming to the WWE for a while. Like, he's always hinted that he's always welcome. So that would be something crazy, man. Rob Gronkowski and Conor McGregor both show up at different points throughout WrestleMania. That'd be just fucking hilarious.
Or even the takeover the night before WrestleMania. Because I think it'd be pretty cool to see Conor McGregor face off, not like fight per se, but like be in the ring staring at each other against like Matt Riddle or Keith Lee at that point.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But at the same time, I think Conor, well, both of them are going to want Mad Doe to show up. So you're going to talk about, I don't even know what Gronk got paid for his WrestleMania appearance the last time. I hope he got paid well. But for a full-on like appearance to kind of at Mania in a different fashion, you got to think these guys are gonna want like $1 million easy just to be there. So I don't see them wasting $1 million on NXT. No offense to NXT, it's probably the best brand WWE has to offer, but the way the WWE portrays himself, they never want to put NXT above anything else.
True.
So I'm just thinking that if that's a possibility, then it's gonna be on WrestleMania. It's gonna be on the main card somewhere throughout that card. Even the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Like, Gronk's already done that. So if he's gonna show up at Mania, I doubt it's gonna be at the beginning of the show like that. That's like how they warm the crowd up. Like, they warm the crowd up with that.
True.
So
I'm trying to think, like, what big spot like Conor McGregor could do towards the end of the show. But the only thing I'm thinking of is like be in Seth Rollins' corner for the title shot, just because Brock has Paul.
Gronk could help. Isn't Kofi Kingston going to be in the main event?
Kofi's going against Daniel Bryan. True. But I don't think it's going. The main event's Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda for the women's title. Even though Charlotte literally just won the fucking SmackDown title 2 days. Oh, what, today's Thursday now? Yeah, it's Thursday now, so 2 days ago.
Wait, so she's got a match for what? The Raw title?
The Raw title.
But she's SmackDown champ?
But she's the SmackDown champion.
Oh, you know what that's all about. She wants to be the first one.
They're going to unify the title if she wins easily.
They must have going to unify it and make their own show, dude.
But I don't see, that's the part that confuses me, because if they make their own show, all they have is, if they do unify the titles, they'll just have one main title and the tag team titles.
It could be a
There's not
bluff,
very
though.
many tag teams, but there's also still a SmackDown before Mania.
It could be a bluff, though.
So she could lose it at the SmackDown before Mania.
Wait, that would have been tonight. I thought Mania's this weekend.
I don't think so. I think it's next weekend.
Oh, okay. I thought it was this weekend. Never mind.
Hold on. Yeah, it's next weekend. It's April 7th.
All right. Never mind then.
This weekend's the 31st
So good point.
of March.
So if she doesn't lose it on SmackDown, then they could use it as a really good bluff because everyone will think she's going to unify them, but then if she loses, then they'll realize it was just a big bluff.
My thoughts on it are, they've made her SmackDown champion. She's going to retain it on the SmackDown before Mania, but then she's going to pull from the Mania main event to defend that title, which will set up Becky versus Ronda for the Raw title. But that's also just hopeful wishing, because I would love to see a Ronda-Becky match. 1-on-1, not with fucking Charlotte Flair. She gets... I just despise Charlotte just because she's handed shit because she's a Flair.
That's bullshit, bro. She's a fucking awesome worker. And if you don't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. I think she's...
all the other
I think she's...
good workers.
I mean, I agree with Becky Lynch being a great worker. I don't understand the hype behind Ronda Rousey besides the fact that she has a great MMA resume. But... you know, if you're not going to sit there and tell me Charlotte Flair is not one of the best pure wrestlers on the women's roster, then I don't know what matches you're watching, because she's always put on top tier performances. I agree that, you know, like women wrestlers like you know, Sasha Banks and shit like that, they kind of got dumbed down in the past year or two. But now they got the tag team division for, you know, wrestlers like that. But I don't know. I understand why people are burnt out with Charlotte, because she's just won a lot in a short amount of time. But I don't think she was
8
handed
title reigns within 3 years.
I don't think she was handed anything. I really don't. I just
that
think...
SmackDown one recently, she was handed, no doubt about it, because she beat Asuka for it. Like, Asuka was undefeated in NXT for a year and a half.
All right, so who would you rather have defeat Asuka? Fucking Becky?
No one.
There's no way you can... All right, this isn't the 90s, bro. There's not going to be a fucking Bill Goldberg streak. So that's why that shit ended. Why, Ronda hasn't been beat yet? How the hell did Charlotte get the belt then?
Ronda's Raw Women's Champion. Asuka was SmackDown.
Yeah, but I thought you just said Charlotte's Raw Women's Champion.
No, I said Charlotte's SmackDown Women's Champion.
Oh, and then she's going against Ronda for the title in WrestleMania?
And Becky. Yep.
Oh, triple threat. Okay. Yeah, so she'll probably lose that belt next week then. I don't know, bro. I'll agree to disagree. I think Charlotte Flair is actually a great wrestler. I think it's just in her blood. She's a really great worker. Also, she had extra motivation when she got into the business just because of her brother dying, and that was his dream. So, I don't know. I look at it differently, but it's not she definitely had a major part in building a women's division for wrestling in this era. So, regardless, you can't take that away from her.
I don't know. There's so many other people that could have easily done just as much as fucking Charlotte has. Like Natty, for example. I mean, she's a heart, technically, but she's been in the company longer than Charlotte, and she doesn't have fucking 8 title reigns in 3 years.
True. Very true.
You can't tell me she's not fucking a great worker in the ring.
No, she is. I don't hold anything against her. I'm just saying.
I think for Charlotte Flair.
I just don't think Becky was Becky until they allowed her to turn heel, and that's why she's having the success she's having now. Charlotte has been able to work both ways and in between, and still pretty much put out the same successful product, and I think that's really all it's about. You can put them in any position for them to thrive, but Becky worked a face for majority of her career, and then as soon as they turn her heel, she's like the hottest thing in the company. And I think that's just where that business is now. Wrestling's not more about face or a good guy or bad guy. I think nowadays the bad guy is more popular than the good guy anyway. And I don't know. If you look at it from the old format, it doesn't make sense. But if you look at it from nowadays format, it makes total sense.
True.
But to get away from wrestling, I want to see this real quick. This is something we were talking about earlier, and it is still happening. And today it's even worse. So if you go on Twitch.com right now, the number one viewed game on Twitch, and this has been for actually a couple days, few days, more than a couple. Grand Theft Auto 5
148,000 viewers.
has been the number one viewed game on Twitch for at least 3 or 4 days. I'm not sure the exact numbers on that. It's a lot closer in numbers today than when I looked at it yesterday. Like, GTA was beating Fortnite out by like almost 60,000 viewers, but it's a lot closer today, which is surprising because I heard a lot of like shit talking about Fortnite today. I guess they had a big update, and a lot of people are pissed. I guess there's no more health on kill, so a lot of the diehard Fortnite players, even the top Fortnite players on Twitch, like Tim the Tatman and like Ninja and shit, I guess they were streaming and they didn't like the update, and Tim the Tatman went from Fortnite to GTA 5 roleplay, and Ninja went from Fortnite to Apex Legends. Like, that's how bad the update it was, I guess. A lot of shit talking I saw on Twitter and shit earlier about it. It's pretty funny. I'm not a Fortnite player, so I don't even know what the fuck. I wouldn't even know what the game was like the first time around, but found that very interesting. But yeah, GTA 5 still alive, and thanks to the PC community. PC community holding the GTA 5 torch high for the rest of us, especially us on PlayStation and Xbox One. With the role-playing mods, they're just killing it. Like, the amount of views they gain, and the amount of people buying the game on PC just for the mods. Actually, our patchmaker in GTA, Biker Mods, quick plug for him. They're fucking known for that. Biker Mods is known for their crazy mods on PC. So, it's like the resurgence of a game that's 6 years old, but because of the PC community, they're just keeping it alive like it's a fresh game. So, gotta give a lot of credit to the whole GTA 5 PC role playing community for holding the torch high for the rest of us on console. We wish we could role play, right?
Next time I get my hands on like a couple hundred, maybe close to like $500, I'm buying myself a gaming PC just for GTA roleplay.
Hell yeah, bro! I'm in the same boat. Second I can afford a fucking gaming PC, that's when I'm going. That'll be fun. Have a lot. You can just tell by like the way people stream it. It's like you can tell how much fun they're having. Very loose, laid back, a controllable environment too. Like, I don't know. I feel like if Rockstar allowed like their console gamers to like control their environments, like it'd be a lot more of an enjoyable game on console too. You know what I mean? Like,
well, there's always hope for GTA 6, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see that, but I doubt that's going to make PlayStation 4. I really see that being a PS5 and whatever next gen Xbox they come out with. But outside of GTA and that Fortnite bullshit that went on, Sekiro. We were talking about that earlier. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Sekiro?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
I've only seen previews on it occasionally on TV.
Yeah, it's a brand new game. Just came out I think the end of last week. So it's been out for a few days, almost a week. But I've heard and read that this game is so hard that people are actually returning it, returning it or trading it into GameStop because it's so difficult. There's only a few people that I've talked to that actually have been able to play it and have a urge to continue to play it after the fact, and that was our own Mad Dog Mike. He's the only one I know that has it, and he even admitted it. It's like crazy difficult, but he still like pushes on, I guess, at the end of the day. Did you see any gameplay on it? Or no?
Sorta, kinda. Whatever they put on TV, every so often.
Wow.
It looks cool, but it's nothing that I'm interested in, I guess.
Nah, it's definitely not my type of game. I mean, if I was to try it too, I wouldn't even fucking buy it at the price it's at now. I'd have to wait for that shit
I'd
to
wait
drop
till
in
it
price.
drops like 30.
Yeah. Seems like a crazy difficult game just by what I'm hearing, but I've only seen limited gameplay myself. I mean, as far as like the world and everything around it, I mean, it looks awesome, but just by feedback alone, it seems like a very difficult game to play. Interesting, though.
No, I think Mike said that it's like some of the other games that came before it, but on a scale of 1 to 10, those games were like a 5, and this one's definitely like a 9, 9.5. And like,
Yeah, I can't remember what
fuck, what's the word I'm
series
thinking
it's
about?
part of.
Let's see.
I forget. I think it's part of like a series, but because he said his son played one of them or something like that. Did he say his son or nephew or some shit like that?
One of his family members. That's all I can get for you.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know. I'll try the game, but if it's hard like everyone's saying it is, I'll probably play it like for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then be like, fuck this. I'm not a
I'll
competitive.
play it when the price drops.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a competitive gamer at all. I'll be surprised though if it's one of those games that's like free on PlayStation in like a year.
With PS Plus.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of that, didn't that change today? I think I heard rumors about that. I think the PS Plus games changed today. The free ones.
Well, let's look. It's part of the Dark Souls series.
Oh, that's it. Dark Souls. That's it. Yep.
I've played a little bit of Dark Souls, like the original Dark Souls.
Yeah, I think I played the
on,
original one.
PS3.
Yeah, I think I played the original one, and that was it. That was the only one I've ever played. And if I
mean,
remember correctly,
I was young.
I didn't like that one.
Yeah, I was young, and it was hard for me. I mean, hell, fucking GTA 3 was hard for me at the age of 5, 6.
Yeah, don't remind me of your age. Makes me feel old. But yeah,
I remember growing up, I had like 3 different styles of PlayStation 2s in my house, just because one of my family
one for every
members pawned
generation.
it off. No. Like, at first I had, like, the big one, and then my aunt pawned it off, and then my grandmother got, like, another big one, but it wasn't black. It was some fucking odd color. And then my aunt pawned it, and then she got a fucking... My grandmother bought a slim, and then I think she sold it because no kids were living in the house anymore. And I just bought another slim 4 or 5 months ago.
I must have got lucky because I had the original style PS2, and that shit lasted me forever until it died. And then I bought a used PS3 off a friend of mine, and that shit lasted forever. So, I don't know. I must have got lucky. I had a bunch of Xbox 360s. Those shit died like every day.
No, they're still Modern Warfare Remastered for the PS Plus games.
Alright, it must have been a UK thing that I read then.
Yeah, I think it changes over not this... I think it's like...
The first of the month's only a few days away, so...
Shit.
It's probably after Sunday.
It's
probably Monday. It's probably Sunday night, Monday morning. Because that's the first, I think.
This price is only available from March 5th, 2019 to April 2nd. So, April 2nd
Tuesday?
will be the new games. Not... Yeah, this Tuesday.
Thought so. Well, that'll be pretty cool. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we get then.
Hopefully something good. I mean, we got Modern Warfare Remastered for this month.
Yeah, I was souped with that. I mean, honestly, I've only played it once since I got it, but I mean, just to know that I have it now. Because when that first came out, that was one of those games that I first was interested in. Was getting the Modern Warfare Remastered, but fucking they bundled it with the new Call of Duty. I don't know which one I was with, but you had to get them both at first before, unless if you wanted
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare.
It was the one that had like clown zombies and shit.
Yeah, it's like, we know we're not going to be able to sell this game, so we're going to put this game with it, and if you want it, you have to buy this game. And that's what I felt like was so cheesy about that. So the fact that they gave us Modern Warfare Remastered just by itself for free for a month on PS Plus, I think that's dope. Because when it first came out, I felt like it was definitely highway robbery at that point. Like, you're just going to screw us like that? It's bullshit.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare wasn't even a good game. I bought it just because it had zombies.
Makes
That's
sense.
the only thing I do on Call of Duty is zombies. Except for Modern Warfare Remastered, I play Prop Hunt, and that's it.
Makes sense. Yeah, so I don't really have much more to talk about. You want to wrap it up? Why don't you plug your social media and all that good stuff?
Well, let's see. Let's go to Instagram.
He has to read off his social media, folks. He does not know it by heart.
I have 3 of them, okay? I don't know them word for word. I know the Seth one's Altered Suburbia. ALTERED SUBURBIA. No spaces, no capitals, no underscores.
And do not hit spell check.
There is DFMC_Uni46 for my club Instagram.
For all your unicorn dissident few needs.
And then there's Outcast Wrestling Society 2K for Outcast Wrestling Society.
And also, you don't want to forget about at Below the Zone on Instagram and Twitter. We got at Dissident Few on Instagram and Twitter for everything GTA MC. And me personally, I am on Instagram at TheOnlyJM. The O is a 0. And then on Twitter at TheOnlyJM. But it's an O. Repeat that. on Twitter. It's at the only JM, but it's an O. But this is JM with a mic. We're wrapping it up, and make sure you subscribe, turn those notifications on. We're gonna be back next week with another episode, I promise. I don't know who my next guest is gonna be, so you're just gonna have to tune in and find out. So until then, you have a good one, folks.